This is a quarantine love story. It is the first summer of the pandemic, and I'm starving. So I go to my corner of the fridge, and I find a single, lonely, half-eaten jar of kimchi. And at the time, I feel a lot like this jar of kimchi. I'm single, I'm lonely, and I'm half consumed by the world around me. I'm about to move into my first place by myself for the first time ever, no roommates, and it's a tiny house. I'm so excited. And I've dwindled all my groceries down to the bare minimum, and I've sold everything I own except for a couple of things on Facebook Marketplace. And I just sold the last item, which is a floor lamp, to Becca for $20, and she's coming to my house sometime in the next hour to pick it up curbside. And this is pretty much how I've spent my whole day. I've just been preparing to move and selling stuff on Facebook, and I barely noticed I haven't eaten anything. And now that I have noticed I haven't eaten anything, it strikes me like a freight train. I'm so hungry, and I need to do something about it right now, and I'm panicking, and all I want is a kale salad from Better Half. Okay, I love this place. Go there if you haven't been. So I go to their website, and I add a kale salad to the checkout, and then I realize the only option they have is pickup, which would normally be fine, except that Becca's coming to my house sometime in the next hour, and I don't know when. And I know the whole point of curbside, right, is to leave your stuff on the curb, and then the person comes to get it, and it's fine. But I have this fear that while I go to get my salad, somebody's going to drive past my house and see that Walmart lamp and think it's for free and then steal it. And then by the time she gets here, there's not going to be a lamp, and she's going to text me and she's going to be like, "Where's the lamp?" And I'm already spending the $20 she paid for the lamp on a kale salad. So I have to stay. I have to stay home. I'm gridlocked. And so if I'm going to eat, it's going to have to be delivery. And just from playing that scenario out in my head, I got stressed, and now I need comfort food. And my comfort food is Thai food. And so now I'm going to Madam Mam's website, another great restaurant in Austin, by the way. So I add a green bean salad, 2 sticky spring rolls or whatever, and then mango sticky rice for a little treat. And I add it to my cart, and I go to check out, and the option for delivery is through Favor, which if you guys have never heard of Favor before, it's kind of like a Uber Eats scenario. They deliver anything from beer to cigarettes to Thai food, whatever. I've never used Favor before, but I'm desperate and I don't really care, so I'm like, whatever, sure. I place my order, close my computer, bring my lamp out to the curb, and then sit in my bay window to wait for the stranger from Facebook. And like most people do, I get bored waiting, so I look at my phone, and there's a number. There's a text message from a number I don't recognize, which is exciting because, like I said, I'm lonely. That doesn't happen to me. So I open the text, and it's the automated message from Favor. Of course, duh. And it says, "Hi, Miranda. This is Tyler from Favor. Just want to confirm we received your order, and we are headed to the restaurant shortly." And I'm like, awesome, great. But I'm in a mood where I want to mess with the bot. You know what I mean? And do you ever just mess with bots just because? So I respond and I say, "Thanks, Tyler. You're saving my life." And the bot responds right away, as bots do. And the bot says, "Ha, ha, ha, no worries. Us Favor drivers are like modern day messiahs." And so now it seems like I've gotten myself in a situation because this is no bot. This is a real human man. And I'm starting to get the feeling like I'm texting someone new for the first time. And so I respond and I say, "Wow, this is my first time using Favor. I thought you were a robot. I'm so glad you're real." And he responds right away, bless his heart, and he says, "I'm real. And I'm weird." All capital letters. Real weird. And so I'm thinking like maybe it's not real weird, maybe it's kind of like cute weird, you know what I mean? So I go back to my confirmation email to try to find his picture, and there's like this tiny grainy circle of a guy wearing sunglasses, but he has a nice smile, so I'm thinking he's boyfriend material, and I'm getting really excited. And then he texts me again, and I open the message, and it says, should be about 20 minutes on the order. And I'm like, yeah, forgot what we were doing. Sure thing. No rush, take your time. And so I put my phone away and I go back to the bay window and I wait for my girl Becca from Facebook. And eventually she does pull up. She's driving a Dodge minivan. She slows down at my house. She opens the door. She grabs the lamp with confidence and gingerly places it in her trunk, closes the trunk, comes back to the driver's seat, gets in the car, messages me to make sure that I know she got the lamp, and then she drives away. And it's beautiful. I never have to talk to her. I'll never see that lamp again. It's done. It's over with. I have $20 more. We should be doing curbside all the time. This is great. And then I go back and kind of look at the time, and I'm like, you know what? It's actually been like 25 minutes since Tyler said it's been 20 minutes. And I want to text him, but technically I was the one who texted last, so it's his turn. But then I remember sometimes favor drivers are driving bikes, so that's dangerous. So I text him, and I'm just like, are you okay? You know, I'm like kind of worried, whatever. And he says, oh yeah, all good. Just got caught up with another order. Shouldn't be long now. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And then he calls me. Okay, his number is on my phone. It's buzzing. I'm freaking out. I'm about to talk to my future husband for the first time on the phone. What's it going to sound like? And so I answer it, and I say, hello, this is Miranda. And he says, hello. And I say, hello. And he says, I'm at the restaurant. And I say, okay. And he says, okay. And I say, okay. And he says, okay, bye, and hangs up the phone. And it's not exactly what I imagined that conversation would be, but maybe he was just nervous, right? And also, I've been wearing the same thing all day, like I should change. So I go upstairs and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what would I be wearing at this moment that says I'm a chill girl who like stays home and orders Thai? And so this is pretty close to the outfit I was wearing. So take it in. And I like do my hair, and my hair's really long at this time, so I like twist it into some braids. And then I go back downstairs at that same bay window, and I'm waiting for Tyler, and I'm getting kind of nervous. And then he texts me 5 minutes away. And I take a deep breath, and I think about maybe I should be outside when he gets there, like reading a book or something. And then I'm like, no, that's a bad idea. So I go back inside, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna wait by the door, and I'm gonna give him some space. And then he sends me a GIF, and it's a minivan with the wheels, and they're on fire. And so I respond with a GIF of like Amy Poehler doing a happy dance. And then he responds with a GIF of a guy doing finger guns. And I respond, Danny Tanner, finger guns. And then he responds with a girl on a skateboard. And then I see his headlights outside. And he's here. And it's been about 2 hours since I first decided I was hungry. And I wait for him at the door, and he knocks. And I like do one of these numbers, right? And I open the door, and there he is. And he's wearing a mask, so I can't see that smile, but he's got wire-rimmed glasses and funky hair, and he's shorter than I imagined, but a good height for me. And we lock eyes, and he says, did you order something? And I say, yes. And he says, all right, here you go, and hands me the bag of food, turns around, runs back to his car, and drives away. And I close the door, and I go back to the kitchen table where all of this started, and I unpack my food, and I'm sad. I'm like really sad, and I'm honestly not hungry anymore. Not even for mango sticky rice. And then I remember I have his phone number. So I'll text him. And I say, thank you for a great first experience with Favor. I'll definitely be doing this again. Thanks, Tyler, for everything. And I send the message, and he responds right away, bless his heart. And the message says, the driver you are trying to reach has moved on to another customer. And it's at this moment that I realize everything I have just made up in my head. And I have to laugh because it's the first time in months that I've been hopeful for anything. And so I decide it's better to have favored and lost than to never have favored at all. Thank you.